Hello, hello, hello from South Florida. You all come in, hit like, and hit share. I'm really not planning on making this a long live, right? Let me set one thing up and I'll be on. But hello from South Florida. As you coming in, this is the queen of credit, cash flow, and collectors, right? I even help free people of thousands and thousands of dollars from debt collections debt, right? And so I haven't did credit church in a long time, right? I haven't did credit church in a long time, and I'm a little tired. That Mississippi accent is off the chain. I can't dig it. Where are you from, Michael? It's really gonna be off the chain tonight, Michael, because I am tired. You're gonna hear all of it tonight, right? I am really tired. What state are you from? Just come into your state, drop that down. And you know what? As I have Jay Z in the background playing. Um, okay, Flora. I had a student, right? Because I also teach and coach in the public school system, and I thought it was just so. He didn't say. I told him. I said, Mississippi, we drag it out. We say Florida, and he was like Florida. So Florida. I thought that was so cool. But you know what? I may just start calling myself the Queen of the South because hello, Tamika Johnson. Okay, we got Little Rock, Arkansas in the house. You coming in on Facebook? We got Charleston, South Carolina. You coming in on Facebook? Drop your city or your state. So he said Florida. Florida. I really like that. I may just start calling myself the Queen of the South. I really like that show, The Queen of the South. And I think I am. We got Alabama in the house. I'm very proud of my accent because if you don't know, Mississippi is a state that is really known for poverty, and we lead all states in low credit scores. So I'm very happy. Uh, and I also have some friends of mine in the state of Mississippi who have. I have one lady that I know with a perfect 850 credit score. So I love different accents. I love different states. Um, Credit Queen Pen sounds catchy. Okay. And I got my nails did today. You know, I like my nails. I got a little silver, right? A little silver in there. Got mine. I don't feel like wearing this. I got this for my daughter for her birthday, right? The little queendom, the crown. So I just would have this. I think that's nice. But come on in. Let's like we always do at this time. Let's talk about credit, and let's talk about cash flow, and let's talk about collectors, debt collectors, right? Those debt collector letters that you get in the mail that says you have 30 days to validate this debt, and it usually comes with 4 digits or 5 digits behind it. Sometimes I get 3 digits. That you all know whether you are watching this live or you're watching the replay, that if debt collectors, just like credit agencies, if they cannot prove that that debt is 100% yours in accuracy, you do not have to pay that debt. You don't owe it, and it's all done legally. So if you knew that, if you're watching this live or watching the replay, put knew that or know that, and if you didn't know, put didn't know, right? And so I tell people all the time too, you can be proactive because that also prevents those debt collectors even reporting negatively to the credit agents, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, right? So you can stop all of that by just, you know, disputing within the first 30 days if you know the law and the language. and your rights. If you don't know, I have people that hire me for those consulting services, and they save themselves hundreds or thousands of dollars in debt. So if you're watching on YouTube, I want you to do this. You're watching on YouTube. If you have the app, I want you to hit the share button. You can share this on YouTube, and you can also share this on Facebook, right? I'm live on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. So share this information, right? Hit the like button, or if you just want to be a hater, you can hit the thumbs down. Hey, it doesn't matter. It all increases my views, right? So I have embraced my Mississippi accent. You know, we all from different states, but it does not display your intelligence. I meet people from all over the United States, and all from different cities and even different countries as well, right? And so, hey, you got to embrace it all. I think people have sometimes a very negative Mississippi mentality when they never even visit the state. And you know, all Mississippians, just like any other state or city, are not alike. So I really like the way he said Florida, Florida, right? He didn't drag it out like we can't do in Mississippi. I was in Louisiana one time, right? From Canada. All right, I got someone from Canada in the house. Thank you so much. I was in Louisiana one time, and uh, a worker at a Walmart asked me, he said, why do you all say y'all in Mississippi or in the South? And I said, well, why do you all say yeah? We just said yes or no. You say yeah. So I embrace all of that accent. I really do. And hey, you can't really control where you were born and raised. Toronto, Canada is in the house. Toronto, Canada. But hey, let's drop wisdom. Let's first talk about Jay-Z, right? Let's first talk about Jay-Z. We have somewhat of a social media conversation going on about Jay-Z, and you know he's making this big deal. I think it's probably going to be 7 or 8 figure contract with the NFL, right? Because the NFL is trying to bring back some of its fans, right? You all make sure you share this, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. So they're trying to bring back some of the fans, and it was Jay-Z earlier during um, the 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 Kaepernick campaign that wanted those rappers or artists or singers to somewhat boycott the NFL. He was telling them not to perform at halftime, to turn down the deals, everything of that. And now they're saying, hey, you're the same one that said to boycott, to turn down these deals, to not perform, and now you've made this allegiance with them, right? You're getting, rich or billionaire status, and now why has your position changed, right? So let's discuss that real quick, and then we'll have Credit Church, and we will sign off. So now he's made this partnership with the NFLs. It's worth 7 to 8 figures, right? And everyone's calling him a sellout or a coon or whatever the situation may be, right? Whatever you call him, we can definitely call him a billionaire, right? He's a rich one, whichever way you want to rephrase to him. So I was playing the song. All right, hello, Phoenix, Arizona, and I think I'm gonna start calling myself the Queen of the South. What about that? I don't know. And the Queen of the South is taken. I stick with the Queen of Credit, right? That's what they branded me. And so in saying that, they're saying you're a sellout, right? But it's the same Jay-Z, right? The same Jay-Z when many people in the black and brown community did not appreciate credit. We didn't really value credit. And when he came out with the song, the story of OJ, right, that tells you to stop throwing your money up in the club or these script, places or whatever. You should focus on credit, right? And Snow, their product, underrated talent. I don't know what that means. Jesus is from California. And so, or when Jay-Z came up with, I'm not a businessman, right? I'm a business man. We all gravitated to that. And on that topic, I'm going to stay right here for a minute, right? This is Credit Church, so I will preach on this topic for a minute. That Jay-Z put it out there, right? That I am not a businessman. What he's saying is we have so many people in the black and brown community and other communities. Uh, okay, Jesus, I don't know, the queen of the South female rapper, okay, that open and operate businesses, right, as sole proprietors. They never formed their business as an LLC, never as a corporation. They're sole proprietors and they're taxed in the highest tax bracket that there is. So the name of the game is to always, you want to save on taxes, right? That's even out of your paycheck. Why would you want to pay 26? You all see, I see my wine in the background. I put this here. You all ever tried this HELOC? I don't know what that means, Paul. Deloach wine, right? You know, my name is Latanya Deloach, so I put that here right with my crown. So I just saw that in the background. And so, you know, he's the one that taught us or put the message out there that we all gravitated to, that you should just not be a person in business, but you should be a business. You are a business. So why would you operate as a sole proprietor? Not only to get taxed at the highest rate, uh, not only to get taxed at the highest rate, right? And but you also put yourself in a position to get sued with your personal liabilities. So he put it out there. I'm not a businessman. I am a business. So when you are a business, right, you never want to have your business operations in your personal name. Do you agree or not agree, whether you're watching this live or the replay? Yes or no? You never want to have your business in your personal name. You never want to be a sole proprietor. And so many people are losing hundreds and thousands of dollars because they have businesses. And I'm talking about not just selling food or cake outside their home. I'm talking about brick and mortar businesses, and they are operating as a sole proprietor, and they're getting taxed 35, 30%, which is the highest interest rate. So that means for every, for example, $1 that they make, they're bringing home 60 cents or 70 cents on top. So that's number one lesson that Jay-Z taught us about money and credit, that you should never be a businessman or a businesswoman. You are a business. So when you are a business, your business should be set up in your LLC, right? Not in your personal name, not as a sole proprietor. So this other scripture that I want to bring for you, like I said, this is Credit Church, and the reason why I really thought about this was because someone, and I did this live on Facebook, but not YouTube, that paid $350. I want you all to put $350, $350 in the comments. $350 to get inquiries removed, which alone was a $350 service, but they had a late payment reporting on Capital One, right? Comment, make a mind message connection, right, with the live. $350. So the more you comment, the more you can stay connected. So if you're not driving, if you have access to comment, make the comments. $350. And this person signed up, I think June 4th. The inquiries were deleted immediately. I had some thumbs down on my video. This probably was one of the person. Stumping Grace, making wine, spreading back. Thank you so much. Y'all, I'm not playing because my time is so valuable. And I put a lot of energy and effort into this, of helping people. I'm not, I'm at this point, I don't desire to build a team. I do that through basketballs and sports. I very well could. I surely can quit my day job. This is more lucrative for me than I make as a teacher and a coach. But for right now, I still love that what I do. So I don't have time to play games over $350. Transaction. I really don't. When I know what people out here, and then you have people that's on this that do this live that are expert that will tell you, hey, I don't do inquiries. There's a small percentage of people that can really get inquiries that lead it off your credit report, and that's so important because if you're a person that's seeking business credit, and if I have to break down to you why business credit is important, whether you have a business idea or concept or not, then I don't have time for this video to really break that down. But business credit is the most powerful form of credit that anyone can obtain and have, and it does not show if you get the right type of business credit card on your personal credit report, because I mentioned yesterday in my live that there's a difference between a loan and unsecured credit cards, right? It's a difference between loan debt and unsecured credit cards. When you apply for credit cards, it's unsecured, meaning that it does not require your signature. It's a different type of debt than a loan, and it's much more difficult to get, for example, an SBA loan versus a Chase Inc. business credit card. And so Chase Inc. does not even show on your personal credit report. That's a freebie. And so if you can qualify, position yourself for Chase Inc. For example, I have a $25,000 Chase Inc. credit card that any business transactions I make on it does not affect my over 800 credit score, right? It does not even show. It's like ghost credit. And that's where I'm trying to get, those people who have business concept and ideas to be. So when I'm putting my time and energy into something that's a $350 transaction, it's not really worth my time. But this person used the God card, right? They said, oh, you talk about God, you do credit church, and so the person got the inquiries removed within the first month of June. And then we found out in August that TransUnion had reversed the late payment to show that it was never late, but Equifax and Experian said it was verified. And they didn't even ask for a partial refund. This is just this person mindset. They just say, I want a refund. I'm like, you got all these inquiries removed, and you got TransUnion to reverse your late payment because they didn't have the documentation to prove you were late, but I'm sure you were late on that payment. And it was reversed, which should increase your score by 100 points alone. And you don't even have the mindset to ask for a partial refund. But I tell people all the time, I don't dispute. I challenge the credit agencies because 9 times out of 10, that information they're reporting is not a result of identity theft, which just under identity theft, and you can do a credit sweep, and you can get results in 15, 30 days, right? A lot of people are not truly victims of identity theft. And then it takes 30 days by law, right, for the credit agency to have the right to respond. So what I do is I tell a lot of my clients, go ahead and sign up with Experian. It's free. You sign up with Experian for free, and then that way it takes about 3 days for your affidavits to reach, whether it's Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. After you have logged on to USPS.com and saw, hey, my affidavit has been delivered, then it takes 5 to 7 business days, not including the weekend, for that particular collection, charge off, or whatever to actually go into dispute. So we're talking about at least 8 to 10 days from when you're at the post office or when that affidavit is mailed from a post office that you have to wait before, you know, when you're 30, before that item actually get into dispute. Now, the 30 days actually begins from the time they received it, but it takes them 5 to 8 days because they have, by law, legally, 30 days to respond for you, to you. So a lot of people don't know. I've signed up with Experian, and it's free. And Experian, unlike TransUnion or Equifax, that's why I always like to start with Experian first, will notify you via email. You might not get a large envelope in the mail, right? Which they will say your dispute results are ready. This account has been checked into, is now in dispute. So when you sign up, when I advise you to sign up with Experian, you need to check your email, you know, occasionally for the results. So let's get into this because I'm going to log off. But let's go right into the Bible. Let's go right into Matthew 25. For this person said you're supposed to be a godly person. We talked about what Jay-Z thought are business and credit. Someone just sent me a very, very nice crown. That is so nice. Mr. Gibson on Facebook. Lord, I received it. That is beautiful. So I'll look at that. And it says, let's really talk about Jesus' views on money and credit. Matthew 25, we'll start at verse 15. And unto one, which means person, he gave 5 talents. To another he gave 2. And to another one 1 talent. Every man according to his several ability. And straightway took his journey. So he gave one man 5 talents, 1 2, and 1, and he went on about his way, right? And then he had received the person or the man that received the 5 talents went and traded with the same and made other 5 talents. So the man that received 5 talents, he doubled his talents, right? He went and traded. Somebody said he did business and he doubled it, and now he has 10 talents, right? And likewise, or the same, the man that received 2 talents, he gained 2. So these 2 men doubled their talents. The one that got 5 doubled it, he received 5 more. The one that received 2 doubled his and received 2 more, right? And then he that received 1, thank you for the digital loves. You all put 1 in the comment. 1 little talent. This is like the person that gave me I think $350 is the lowest I've ever done anything for anybody, right? And for me to be a person that's in a small percentage that can really delete inquiries, because inquiries will prevent you from getting business credit and sometimes qualify for home mortgages if you have 6 or more in 6 months. And it will also not qualify or disqualify you from receipt. Some people have high credit scores, 800s, right? 750s, but they will not get approved for the best credit cards because they have too many pulls on their credit report. And then lenders look at them and say, hey, you're thirsty. Why are you looking for this credit? Are you desperate? Are you in a bad financial situation? And that alone would get them denied for credit. So this person, they had 1 little talent, right? Since we want to put a God card, what did he do? He went and took his talent, digged it in the earth, meaning he did nothing with it. Some of you all are doing nothing. Even if you have a 750, 800 credit score, what are you doing with it besides purchasing a personal home or a vehicle? You can do more with your credit, people. And he digged it in the earth, right? And hid the money. Okay, after a long time. So if you're watching this live or in the replay, I want you to put in the comments, long time. A long time. After a long time. Sometimes it takes people years to get in bad debt, but they want to be out of it in 60 days, in 2 months, in 1 month. And they sit idle for months and days in bad debt and do nothing. So after a long time, the master or the Lord of the service returned, right? So he gave them time to do something with their money, right? Um, he gave them time to do something with their credit. And so the one that received 5 talents and brought the other 5, the Lord came to him and said, hey, I've gained 5. Besides the 5 talents, I gained 5 more. What did the Lord say? Thank you, Tim. Tim said, long time. We preaching tonight. Oh, we preaching tonight? I'm preaching tonight. You want to put a God card on me? Let's put a God card. And the Lord came back and he said, hey, I gained 5 more. His Lord said to him, well done. I'm in verse 21 now. Well done. Well done. He said unto him, well done. Okay, my baby's good. Well done, you good and faithful servant. For you have been faithful, just a few things, just a little things, right? And now I will make you ruler over many. Enter thou into the joy of the Lord. I'm going to, you know what? You've been faithful on that $5,000 credit limit. You paid on time. You paid as agreed. You didn't go out and buy liabilities. You didn't go out and buy your new Louis Vuitton, your new Gucci. You didn't go out and buy your new vehicle. You know, you didn't go out and just spend the money. Vacation you didn't have. You was good and faithful because I was gone a long time, right? And now you can enter into the joy. So the man that had 2 talents, he said, Lord, you delivered unto me 2 talents. I have gained 2 others beside them. The Lord said unto him, well done. You ought to put well done in the comment. You good and faithful service. You have been faithful over the few things, whether you're watching this live or on the replay. I will make you ruler over many, many, many. That's the key. Many things. See, people that can't handle or learn lessons from bad credit and cash flow, you're never going to get above that level. You'll always be thinking on that level. And he said, you know, you come on, you'll be joyous. Enter into the joy. I was listening to an old song by Nelly. If you want to come and ride with me, I don't know. And he was like, whoa, Kevin. I mean, he said, and I never heard this, but he said, you know, we building on good credit, something we never had a chance to do. Yeah, well done. Thank you, Jason. And then, those who paid the lowest, the person that paid the lowest, $350, the man that received 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew you was hard. You know, I know you reap where you have not sown. You harvest where you didn't even cultivate. They're speaking in agricultural terms. You didn't even dig the ground. You didn't cultivate. You're reaping and from fields that you didn't even sow in. You're coming back getting money from people that you didn't even have direct investment in. You're getting residual income from us and you didn't even have to do the work. So this is verse 25. So I was afraid. And I'm thinking this person with $350 probably got me to delete those inquiries and want to buy something, right? And they want that $350 back. I don't know. And it says, Lord, I was afraid and I went and hid the talent in the earth, right? So that when you return, at least you'll have what you gave to me. See, God don't want you to give him back what he gave to you. He's a God of multiplication. He wants you to do more. And he doesn't take your pity story. He doesn't take your low mental mindset. And you know what he told him? Verse 26, Matthew 25, this is straight from the book. He said to him, you are wicked and you are slothful. You are lazy. And he called the man wicked. Wicked people think like this. You know I reap where I have not sown, and I gather where I have not harvested or cultivated. And therefore, you could at least put my money to the exchanges or put it in the bank. So when I come back and return, I receive my own usury. You could at least put it in the bank, put it in the exchange. The bank give you a little interest, right? So take that one little talent, that low mindset that you do have, right? And give it to the one who got more. That's what happened with people with a low mindset. The people with a higher standard of thinking learn that it's an investment, learn that you can't sit years on bad credit and want to eradicate it in 1 or 2 months. because it took you years to get here. It took you years. It take you months to file a bankruptcy, and you want it out in 2 or 3 months. And you get, I mean, and he said, you know what? Take that talent, give it to the people that got more. That's what happened. Running credit checks without shame, not right. And for everyone that has more will be given. And the people that have abundance, it will be taken. For everyone that had will be given and shall have abundance, but him that have not shall be taken away. And you are unprofitable. That's what God told him. I will cast your unprofitable servant into outer darkness. Get away from me. I'm casting you away. That's what I'm doing with people with low mindset when it comes to my consultation. Where there will be weeping and garnishing of teeth. Where is it a place that is darkness and weeping and garnishing of teeth? Pretty much God told me you can go to hell. Just go to hell. I don't want you around me, put you in outer darkness, weeping and get. That's hell. That's the description of what hell is. And you know what? When you have bad credit and you have low mentality, it is hell on earth. It really is. So, hey, that's Credit Church for tonight. If you really want to know what God thinks about people who do nothing with their credit, nothing more with their paycheck, want something for nothing, don't want to use their credit. And another thing that's a myth in the Bible, that God does not want you to get in debt. That comes from Romans chapter 13, where the scripture says to owe no man nothing but to love him. That means that if you make a vow to pay someone or a creditor, you should owe them nothing but love and pay them as agreed on time. That's what that scripture means. And then we look at Elijah and the widow woman in the Bible whose husband had died and left her in debt. And her 2 sons were about to be sold into slavery. And Elijah told her to go and borrow. There's so many myths in the Bible that's not true about money and credit. It said borrow. What do you think credit is? If you're making $50,000 a year, how are you going to invest in something that brings you more money back? He told that woman, you are in bad debt. Now, I want you to flip the script. So if you're watching this live in the replay, I want you to use the phrase, flip the script. And I want you to use the same psychological mindset that you had to borrow things, to buy things that gave you no money back in return. But now I want you to borrow to build a business. And he told her, change your mindset. If you want to save your sons from being sold into slavery due to bad decisions, change your mindset. Go borrow now to invest in a business. And that woman, they said, she borrowed those vessels. She borrowed a lot of them. She didn't borrow $5,000 credit card or $10,000 credit card. She went and got her business credit card for $25,000, $30,000, $35,000. She put her money into a business, not a sole proprietor. And they said her and her sons lived off the rest. She lived her retirement. She lived her retirement years, not off Social Security, not off a low-paying pension. Her retirement years, right, off the rest. She lived her retirement years in abundance, where she can live retirement, not paycheck to paycheck, not struggling, not in an old home. Maybe she had a vacation home on the beach, that she can travel and see the world and see her grandkids if her sons want, and enjoy her life and have abundance in her retirement years, not struggling. So if you really want to use the God card on me, right, when it comes to credit and money, you need to be ready. Hey, I'm signing off. Reach out to me for your credit situations, for your debt collector situations, and just know also for your cash flow, I have ways that you can get $500 to $1,000 more out of your paycheck without getting a promotion or working overtime. Hey, this is it. I'm tired. I have some things that I want to let you all know. This week, I'm doing work tonight. but I'm taking off the next 5 days, right? You can personally email me. If I don't get back to you, you never text me after business hour. My business hours, I am located in Mississippi. Thank you for the digital love. Stops at 9 o'clock Central Time. If you text me, right, and the same person that paid $350 text me Friday night at 10:46, you will be permanently blocked. I'm not changing phone numbers. I'm not putting do not disturb, which I can, but if I wake up the next morning and saw that you texted late, you don't deserve access to my cell phone because you abuse it. And you need to learn business principles. And I'm going to teach you, whether it's the hard way or the good way. Thank you, Ed. He said, I love credit money is a sin. Who said credit and money was a sin? The love of what credit and money is smart. I don't see any way in the Bible that it says credit and money is a sin. I just gave 3 scriptures in Matthew 25 and Romans 13, and the widow woman who used credit and money to improve their financial situation. That's another myth in the Bible. Nowhere in the Bible does it say that credit and money is a sin. I think what's a sin is your mindset. God is a very I know we always quote this scripture, God is love. God is a very stern God. You don't read about him. You didn't see what he did in the Old Testament to people who didn't obey him. He just said in Matthew 25, I want a return on my investment. When he returned and you all don't do anything with your paycheck more than what you can do, anything more with your credit, you don't know how to flip your money and to give him more. God says to do business until I come. That's New Testament. Nowhere in the Bible does it say credit and money is a sin. Nowhere. If it does, you need to leave it in this replay because I never read there anywhere in the Bible. I just saw with a widow woman, her son's about to be sold to slavery, her husband had died, and God told her, you need to go borrow. What is credit? Credit is borrowing. And the woman became rich for life. Hey, I'm finna get Mississippi country with you. For life. She was rich for life from borrowing. And so for all these Christians out here that I want to live frugal, I'm trying to get debt free, that's not biblical. That's not biblical. God told you to go borrow and invest in the business so you can get more money coming in. He didn't tell you to live frugal. He said, beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health even as your soul prosper. He says, Ephesians, well, he also said you have not because you ask not, but he said, I came to give you, I want you to live an abundant life. I came that you might have life and have it more abundantly, right? And it's in the book of Ephesians said, I want you to have more than you can ask or think according to the power or the mindset that worketh in you. If you think it is a sin, you'll be just like that man in Matthew 25, the servant who he cast into outer darkness or tell him to go to hell and the weeping and gnashing of teeth. I don't know anywhere where you can make a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 salary and you think you're going to have extra money to invest in things that bring you more cash flow. You have low income. Where you going? You have no choice.